This video is the first of a three-part series that addresses proper posture and proper hand position when playing the piano. There are other excellent videos out there that talk about the same things, and I've watched a lot of them, but stay tuned because there's a few very important things that a lot of those videos don't talk about. When you watch this, please be by a piano so you can quickly apply what you're learning. And to my parents, some of these concepts may be a little too much for the kids, but with your help and your awareness, we can slowly guide them into understanding how to apply these concepts. Hey, my name is Kat. Welcome to my channel, Kat's Keys, where I share creative piano music videos, piano tutorials, and tips and tools for both piano teachers and students. If you find any of that content valuable, consider subscribing and liking and also commenting. Your comments will help me grow and understand how to serve you better. Alright, let's get to it. Before I even talk about proper posture and proper hand position at the piano, we must first understand the two other main instruments that we're using when playing the piano. The first instrument is your mind, the second instrument is your body, and the third instrument is the piano. This is something that I've learned over many years of being a dancer and an aerialist, which also translates a lot to being a pianist. There's this old proverb mentioned by author Robin Sharma in his book titled The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari that says, "The mind is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master." As an adult, you have more control about how you want to think about your practice time. And as a parent, you need to train your kids to develop the right thoughts about practice and also by setting good examples. Be excited for them when they're practicing and shower them with truthful, positive feedback. And for my parents who are also learning piano with me, you have to approach your practice with a positive attitude because your kids see that and they will mirror the way you think. Because your mind is both a master and a servant, it can be both terrible and excellent, diligent and lazy, and also brilliant but not so brilliant. In short, don't let your mind be just anything. You have to train it to think the way you need it to think. I have a 7-year-old student named Morgan whose dad also just started taking class from me. And every single week in her class, Morgan would ask me, "How is my dad doing in class?" And I love how concerned she is about her dad, but really what she's asking is my dad doing good in class? Is my dad practicing? And for my other parents, it may not be piano, but you may be on a fitness or a health journey. You may be starting a new business, a new career. You may be learning a new language or a new skill. Whatever it is, the way you think and the way you show up to your own commitments is something that your kids will watch and mirror. As an entertainer, I have to get my mind right before I step on stage. The nerves are all over the place, and if I don't get my mind right, my imagination could literally run wild with all the worst possible scenarios of me on stage. But this discipline was developed in me early on during my practice sessions, whether that's piano or ballet or sports. I know without a doubt that the reason why I truly believe I can accomplish anything I set my mind to do is because my family taught me that I can do hard things. They trained my mind how to believe in the impossible, and they also set great examples for me to follow. The second instrument is your body. Piano is actually a very physical activity, and one may think that we're just sitting at the piano and moving our fingers, but that is not true. The fingers are the extension of our entire arm, which starts not from the shoulder as most people think, but it actually starts all the way from your collarbone or your clavicle. One of my good friends, Matt, who is an amazing stuntman and dancer, had an injury last year where he broke his collarbone. He's one of the dance strengths for the Harry Potter show at Universal Studios, and when he was at rehearsals, he executed this move which resulted in a fall that basically broke his collarbone. And you may think it's just a tiny collarbone, but he couldn't move his entire arm because of the collarbone that was broken, so he had to be in a sling for a couple months until it healed. Thankfully, he's back in action now, performing again for the Harry Potter show and also at Disney California Adventure show. That is a mouthful. Adventure. Anyway. So I want you to do this with me. Go ahead and stand up. And parents, make sure you do this with your kids. I promise this awareness will help them with their piano playing. So let's locate our collarbone. It's right over here, right? The two bones that are sticking out at the base of our neck. So let's go ahead and take your left hand and put the left hand on your right collarbone. Drop your right hand down. And now let's take our arms all the way up in front of you, all the way until it reaches the side of your ear, and do it slowly. And notice that as you're doing this, the collarbone is also moving and shifting, right? There we go. It's moving all the way down. Do it on the side to side as well. So going up, sideways, same thing. The collarbone is moving. And this is because, again, the start of our hands and our arms is not in your shoulder, but it's actually all the way to your collarbone. Shake it off. Go ahead and sit on your piano bench and feel free to pause this if you need a moment to walk to your piano. Once you're there, drop that right hand down by your side. Left hand goes to the right hand collarbone, right here. Now let's go ahead and lift our arms up and put it on the piano. You don't have to press any key, but just take it down, take it up, and place it on the piano. Put it down, take it up, and place it on the piano. Notice that every single time you move that hand, the movement is actually coming from the collarbone. It's a very slight movement, but it's there. And so the movement starts from there, it flows through your arm, and the fingers are the extension of the energy that flows straight from the collarbone all the way to the keys, right? Now, if we go ahead and go side to side, notice that the collarbone moves even more. All of this movement that we're doing on the piano is supported by the collarbone because it's really, really hard for us to lift up our hands without the collarbone. I think this is the reason why some people who don't have hands or fingers can still play the piano. I mean, of course, having fingers will tremendously help and make a difference, but one of my favorite artists, her name is Victoria Canal, who is, first of all, is an amazing songwriter genius. She plays beautiful melodies. Here's a video that will for sure inspire you and will blow your mind and just make you believe that literally nothing is impossible.
Something better around the corner, isn't there? Could you be so kind as to fast forward and take me there? I'm really trying to hold up my end of the bargain, but it's too easy to watch TV in my apartment. You are my beautiful girl, and I'm watching you fly. So high, you're feeling the blaze, and somehow I don't feel so fake when I'm watching you twirl. Oh, you my beautiful girl. One day I could be a steamboat baby, one day I could be a freight train lady, roll down the river and the miles won't fade. I was better at being alone. Still every night I call you on the phone. I wish I was more than my skin and my bones. Oh, I wish I was more than my skin and my bones.
And here's another video that blows my mind even more. Seriously, there's just no excuse. Anyone can play the piano. I love these videos because it is so inspiring and it just shows how people can really learn how to play this instrument if they want to. And the last instrument is the piano. The piano is simply an extension of your mind and your body, and this is why two people can play the same exact piece of music, but it would have a completely different feel and a completely different energy. And I teach my students too that, once you know your piece, you don't have to play it like robotically, right? You can use your mind to imagine colors or images that makes you create the feeling that you want to go through your body and into the piano. As a dancer and aerialist and also someone that has trained a little bit in martial arts, I've used many weapons and props in my training and my performances. I've performed with many common props like canes and ribbons and chairs, beach balls, and even performed with pots and pans on top of a kitchen table. In martial arts, I've played a little bit with the staff, the sword, and the nunchucks. One of my favorite jobs as a performer was being an aerialist and also playing the role of the Rocket Raccoon for the Marvel Universe Live stunt show that toured all over the US. As an aerialist, I have to be in command of my mind and my body while I'm up in the air on my apparatus. And as a rocket raccoon, I had to make my core work twice as hard to run around on stage with a 10-pound jetpack, plus the layers of costume that added more weight to my body. These props can be a detriment to my movement and also dangerous if I let it take over. But if I use it as an extension of my mind and my body, I will know how to make it work for me instead of against me. And that's the same exact thing with the piano. Something that is external is usually the third instrument, and your mind and your body are the two more important instruments when learning any skill. I hope this video helped you see that there is so much more than just sitting down and playing the piano. Nurturing a strong mind and good body awareness will help develop better playing skills. So I encourage you, as an adult student and also for parents, I encourage you to help your kids develop a full practice: mind, body, and piano. Thanks again for watching, and if you haven't yet, don't forget to click like and subscribe, and I will see you in the second video of this 3-part series.